This is going to be a fun live stream again. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited for reading with you again, especially with Team Dragons in Space here. We have Ursi and Sarah with us already, and Amanda and Sharon will join a little bit later. And Ian, I think, said he might join a little bit later too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So we were definitely very excited of reading. And I tell you, at least from my perspective, I have to read. I haven't read in 3 days. What is going on here?
Okay, slump.
I'm not in a slump. It's just kind of like after work, I'm always like, ugh, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't read much yesterday either because I was watching House of the Dragon episode 3. So
Yeah, I'm in a YouTube watching thing right now. That takes up a lot of time, I find. So
yes.
more time for reading, more time watching stuff. And I have Stephen King's fairy tale here. I mean, that's reading should be the only thing I'm
I know.
reading. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but we're reading SPSFC2 books, or SPSFC2 books. At one point, I'll get more fluent with that acronym. I have a couple of months to get there, I guess. And we will do that the same way as last time. Sarah already has the spinny wheel ready, so we'll randomly pick a book from our wheel. But since we all have read other books since the last time, so there might be books that one of us already read, well, that is okay. In my case, I'll just read Stephen King then. Or because Allegra is here, or I read Alpha read Allegra's chapter 2 till 4 that I owe her. Hey, Allegra.
There we go.
Hello, Matt. Good morning. Hello, Jake. Well, I don't know about party people. It's more snoozy people right now. And again.
I'm ready. How are you? I haven't had any coffee either.
Oh yeah, Ursi is also in an early time zone. Sarah, you were awake for a while already, so you're probably
yeah.
How are you doing with the space fic books?
I'll let you go first.
I've read one other one outside of the ones that we read in the last sprint, and I haven't decided my feelings on it yet, so that's as far as I've gotten. But definitely need to start working on some of these.
Yeah, I had every intention of like getting into these books, and then Stephen King's book came out.
Oh,
so I'm like, all right. So I'm like, it's a big book though. So I'm like, I've been telling myself, okay, I'm gonna keep this one at home, and whenever I'm home, I'll read that one. But then all the other ones are like on my Kindle, and this is the one that I'll take with me everywhere. So I've been like in and out. I'm not gonna lie, I've been really into that Vampire Vatican book, and that's the one that I've been like still reading. But I'm like a slow reader, so I'll catch up.
And that is a chunker. I mean, that is 700 something books I haven't read.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
yeah. I'm like 30 pages into it right now, I think. So I'm almost at that 10% sort of mark. But it's a fun one. I like that one so far. So and that's probably gonna be a yes for me.
Something to look forward to. Got it. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. I'm at 6 books at the moment. So the 3 from last time, and then I read 3 more since then, and I'm at a total of 2 yeses at the moment.
Nice.
And those 2 yeses are super fun. Like I'm really excited about reading more about those. One of those is a horror book. It's not the clown book, but it's another horror book, which I'm really surprised because I'm a total wimp. But the atmosphere in that book is just spot on. Like I'm really looking forward to get into the horror sections, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
That it will be with light on. I'm telling you that much.
I mean, spooky season's coming up. So.
Yeah. It fits, right?
I was supposed to buy my kids Halloween costume yesterday. I keep forgetting. We were out and then I forgot. Whatever. Spooky season. I know. She hasn't noticed
time anymore. It's there faster than you think.
I know. She's got backups for her dress ups, but she wants her new one. But yeah, I'm just excited for spooky season, especially because of all the spooky books too. And like I'm really glad that like some of the books on this list can like carry over. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, October for me is big on Stephen King readathon. So that's going to be that's going to be my spooky read over the month of October. I'm really excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
People keep turning me to horror books and I only steer clear because I easily scare myself. Yes. There's so many good books out there. What I find interesting. I'm sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
I recently have been getting even more scared of things than I have in the past. Gotta steer clear.
I'm learning horror is really a really wide like genre. I always thought horror is like ghost stories and jump scare, like that in my head is horror, but no, there's a lot more nuance to it with more psychological and in your head and talking about just like gory things, whatnot. And that is something that I find is interesting that a lot of people talk about. Stephen King is seen as a horror author. I don't see him as a horror author at all. Well, I haven't read like things like It, like the typical actual horror stuff. But the books that I've read by him, I don't find them like in my head, I wouldn't categorize them as horror, but they're just good. Like nuts. I mean, I don't want to meet any of those people, but
if anything, he does a good like he gets really good into like showing the horrors of humanity, I guess. It's more so that, because he'll really get into the nitty-gritty of like how people are and like how nasty they can be and like just like the descriptions that he gives to people and like his character work. I feel like that's why I really, really love his books. I mean, I've only read like The Dark Tower and now I'm into fairy tale, but like he really gets into like the character of, and I think that's sort of the horror of it, aside from all the other spooky stuff. But
and the atmosphere, right? Like it's just the scenery that he sets in his books is interesting. And that's, I think, why I just to go back to the SPSFC stuff.
I know, we keep going back.
That's why that horror book that we have on the list, that's why I found that. So just so you know which one that is, it's Derelict by, who's the author? Mark All?
Derelict.
Yeah, that one that I never know how to pronounce. I think that's the one that we read last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we read a little bit of that one.
Yeah, I read further on that one after the release, and I really like the atmosphere in that book that was just built up with the, okay, what's happening here now?
Yeah.
And it was really, really interesting. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Not saying that I will read horror books all day long now. That's because I want to sleep at one point too.
For real. What to sleep in the booktube world, right?
You can sleep when you're dead. And then we have I'm just looking at our fun little spreadsheet where we're tracking all of our yeses and nos. Isaac has been reading like crazy. Like he has at least half of his books already done.
I need to just sit down and buckle down and just like update my list and just like read, because I've just been getting so distracted.
It's bad at the moment. It's a lot of stuff happening.
I know. There's so much stuff happening. I mean, with the Stephen King book, the House of the Dragon, and then like Halloween's coming. I'll do it. I'm not flaking. I'm doing it.
No. I'm not saying anything till last week of October, because by then we need to have this all.
Yeah.
To move things forward, though, do we want to start reading?
Yeah, let's do a round.
Okay, let me get Sarah's little wheel up here. So this has still all the 30 books on the list. So if we land on something that we've read the last time, we'll just spin again. And if, as we said earlier, if one of us already read the book but the two others haven't, then that one person will just read something else in that meantime. Or we'll figure it out. Alrighty. What are we going to read, Sarah?
Oh my god.
That's the horror book. Okay.
Oh, the one we read.
Oh, can you remove it? Yeah, let's remove it right now. If you can do that, that's okay. I hope we are not destroying Amanda's wheel now. That would be a bummer.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Oh my,
ooh,
is that?
what?
What
Did
is
we
it?
check?
That's the other one. Well, great. Then we get him then right out of the game immediately. Well, this is. I love the sound effects.
Oh no.
The clown? Is it?
Oh. Well, I guess we had to read it at one point, right? I'm glad it's in company.
Yes.
All
I'm
righty.
glad. And it's early, so
Yeah. So we have an entire day to get this cover. Oh my goodness. Okay. Magpie is reading the cyberpunk thriller X in Ex Machina by G.S. Jensen. All right. That sounds good.
Nice.
Everything Ex Machina always sounds good. I don't know why. Yes, clowns. Jake, I'm sure this is a book for you.
Yo, the cover is crazy. Let me see. It's black and white here. There you go.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And the thing is, the subtitle is the actual part that freaks me out about this book because it's clowns first contact. It's like clown aliens.
Oh my gosh!
What?
I didn't even read the synopsis for this one.
I don't, and I don't want to be honest. I think this is one of
diving
those.
in.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. Keep interrupting you, people. I'm so sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're grabbing that, and then how long do we want to read? What time do we have? We have 14 on my end right now.
Do like
Bottom of the hour or a bit longer?
yeah, let's do like 15 minutes and see how we feel. I think that'll be a good little taste test. What do you think?
Yeah. If we love it, we can always add another 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. I'm not get ready. Make sure that I have the book. Oh man. I'm kind of glad not that we got this one. I know we have been talking about this one for a little bit. Where's my SPSFC folder? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, she lost it.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It just loads. All right. Are we good?
Yes.
Good.
All right. Happy reading. I'm adding Sharon real quick. Good morning. We just started reading, Sharon. Are you with us? Nope. Yep, that's what we started reading now.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes, can you hear us?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, we are reading the clown book, Sharon.
I saw that.
Have fun.
All right.
Talk to you in a bit. How do you do things like that without startling everyone?
I am back.
Good morning, Elena.
Good morning.
You are not late at all. We just started with the first book. Wow.
That's a good little opening.
I am enthralled. This is pretty great.
Mm-hmm. It had me cracking up when she was talking about Instagram and like the differences between the social media.
I like the snark. Yeah, I like the sassiness of this book. Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, accurate. And then she was talking about like, what was it? She had like a can of Coke and she's like, I can drink the Coke or go to the gym. And I'm like, same girl.
But before, just real quick, hi Sharon.
Hey.
I'm so
Sorry.
glad you could join us.
It took me a minute to wake up.
All good. It's early in the morning.
Yeah. I woke up pretty close to this time too. Luckily my kid was already up, so she's settled and all that, but yeah, this is probably the only round I'm gonna be in just because I'm in the same boat as you.
How far did you guys get? Because obviously I didn't get quite as far. What percentage?
I'm at 3% now.
Oh, okay.
I'm at 2.
I'm at 3. Okay.
This is, yeah, I mean, that beginning, I've rarely read a book where you're thrown right into the scene, and the way he describes it and the way he goes through her thought process, it is so interesting to see how he reveals everything about her very slowly in every scene. And it doesn't sound like, hey, I'm telling you who she is, but it's, I don't know how to explain it really, but it's really interesting how he tells us about her and who she is and where she's from and what she's wearing and what job she has without actually saying it like, this is it, you know?
Yeah.
So interesting.
The funny thing for me is I was like, okay, how does this connect to the cover and the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, the part, yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm thrown into the middle of a thriller, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the prologue, or what did they call it here? Not prologue, but preface. That's kind of a little bit, but yeah, we are not there yet at all. It just gave us like, and that's also what you see on Amazon. It's like a first contact occurred a decade ago with a traveling circus in the high altitude desert plateau of Uzbekistan. Like that's the preface with a little bit more, obviously, but I'm curious to see how we get there. But I love the writing so far.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Yeah, this one sounds really good. Like just the way that he's able to reveal these little things about her, but it's like funny. It's like clever. You know what I mean? And I really like when books are clever.
Yeah. Yeah. And the snark too, with the Pepsi or Coke. Always Pepsi, by the way. Always Pepsi. Yes. Pepsi would like a sponsorship contract now, please.
It is pretty snarky. There was the one paragraph where she's describing, the author's describing all the different perps, right, and where they are.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, these guys are easily distracted effing clowns.
Yeah. Yeah. The dumbasses got me too. It's like so, and it's just funny the way he writes certain things. Yes, the social media thing, absolutely. Like Twitter is for those, and TikTok is for those, and this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually highlighted that section.
Yeah, me too. I was like, accurate. Oh, is it Facebook is meme central? I was like, yeah.
Oh, and how she talks about the Coke with the no sugar, no caffeine, no calories, might as well be tap water.
I instantly thought of like myself yesterday because I did not go to the gym yesterday, but I definitely got myself a slice of tiramisu. And like the whole time I'm eating it, I'm like, oh, this is so good. Dang, I should have gone to the gym.
Well, I mean, she's contemplating about you could do both type of things. We all know no one is doing it. I did both yesterday. I was at a Japanese bakery and got a milk bun, and then I did my yoga afterwards. So I'm
Yes.
I did nothing yesterday. I was such a bum. I read yesterday and I finished 2 books.
That's
Oh,
always
wow.
2. That's awesome.
All right.
I was halfway through both, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, still, that's more reading than we've done lately. Well, at least Ursi and I.
Well, I mean, I haven't done anything for this. This is perfect.
Say hi. There she goes. Say hi.
Mommy.
Mommy. Yes, baby.
Where's he barking?
Okay, I know. He's barking. I know. She's like, I don't like that he's barking.
What is happening here? I have a book. I love a book that just throws you into the story. Does that too. Ooh, yeah.
So this is the second one I read, and both of them are ones that I want to continue with.
Which one was the other one that you've read so far?
Derelict.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a good one too. Mm-hmm.
I know. I was actually thinking of using it for the Stephen King readathon.
You could.
It works. It's
Yeah.
great.
Totally works because I just keep looking at it.
It would fit there is a prompt around closed settings. So I think that would fit because so far, at least, it is a very closed setting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you all joining the Stephen King readathon? I know, Sharon, you are, right? But Ursi and Sarah, are you joining the Stephen King readathon?
I mean, I could. I haven't, like, I saw your videos for it and I'm like, oh yeah, like I should definitely do that. And then I'm like, wait, I still have to read for this. But I'm like, but if these books can count towards that.
Some of the prompts are super easy.
Yeah. So
Like-
yeah, count me in.
Jake and Stacy put so much work into that.
Yeah. And it's incredible what it is. I mean, the prompts are amazing. All the graphics are amazing.
All the graphics are amazing.
Yeah. Like you know, as a team lead, I have to do nothing. They gave me everything. I've never had it that easy. I'm telling you.
That's
Sarah,
always the best.
Sarah, did you sign up too, or were you
I
planning?
haven't yet. I've been considering it.
You don't have to read Stephen King for that. You can read other books.
Yeah.
I'm not reading a month of Stephen King either.
Oh no, I'm not reading all Stephen King. I'm reading a couple.
Yep.
Mostly ones that'll take points away from Andrew.
That's the plan anyway. I mean, that's the whole goal of this.
Like, he is such a beast when it comes
I
to
know.
reading.
And he has Nancy in his team too, who reads like 3 books a day or something. And I'm not even kidding. She reads like crazy.
Yeah. Leslie's on his team.
Through audiobooks, right? But yeah, so those two together, it's good if we take some points away from them. I think that's just fair.
I think that's what we're gonna wind up doing because gotta knock them down, gotta humble them.
Big question now. Do we want to read 15 more minutes in the Clowns book, or do we want to find another book?
Like, do we have enough to say yes, we want to continue with this one?
Oh, I'll definitely read a little bit more before saying yes or no.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of in the story right now, and I'm still in the middle of. Don't let her read the Clowns book.
Definitely not. You can say hi. Hi.
I mean, I'm still in the middle of the robbery attempt.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I at least want to get on the other side and find out what happens to these ding dongs.
So Sharon basically says we should continue. Ursi, Sarah, do you want a different book, or do you want to continue with this one?
I'll definitely continue with this one.
I'm gonna continue, but I'm gonna hop off because I'm gonna hang out with this.
No, absolutely. Kiddos always go first.
Yes. All right. But it's been real.
Come back if you get a few minutes.
All right, cool.
Awesome. Thanks for joining, Ercy. See you
All
later.
right, bye, guys.
All right, let's see. Then we can. What do we have? Do we want to just do till the top of the hour?
This one's good.
Awesome. Okay. I'll do this one, and then we continue with this book already.
Okay, I did not understand chapter 2.
Did you finish chapter 2 already?
I'm not quite finished, but yeah.
Well, let's put it that way. It's not PG-13.
No, like I felt myself blushing.
I like when it started, I thought it was just going to be a quick scene, and then it kept going, and I was like, okay.
But I'm kind of like, there's some other purpose for this scene, and I don't get it yet.
Yeah, it's probably to introduce her. Right? It's like the first chapter was to introduce the first person. The second chapter is to introduce the second person.
Yeah, but
so
how far are you into this second chapter?
I just finished it.
You finished it?
Wow, like you guys are fast. Jesus Christ.
The ending part of it where they're talking. Oh, I got a lot to go yet, but
all good.
Like I'm done with the scene, and now they're talking about a drop, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
So I think I think there's a twist in there. I think this Olivia person is not just a porn star.
Yeah.
It would make sense given just the beginning of the chapter where she's basically saying no one is expecting us to be smart.
Right.
And how she's observing everything, and just the way the scene is described and what goes through her head, and you have to be professional and blah blah blah. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, who is this author? Like the level of research he has done. So in this sprint too, like I'm like, why do we care about the different sizes and weights of ammunition, right? Like
it's interesting though, isn't it?
And then you find out who she really is, right? Because then he just tells you.
Yeah.
But like the level of detail in like coloring and lighting and all of that kind of stuff in the second chapter kind of overshadows, the actual filming for a minute.
Which is, I don't think necessarily bad, because I
think it's good.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be just a straight up porn scene, and like by having those descriptions and what goes through it, it takes it a little bit off that, because that's not the important piece. So I'm okay with that.
I'm totally good with it.
Yeah. But I'm just looking it up. So he wrote 20 books in that series. He all wrote them, and they're all out available in that First Contact series, where this is obviously the first one off or one off. I'm not quite sure. If I understand it correctly here, it's all individual books. So it's 20 books. It's not a series, but it's all individually wrapped up books as part of that First Contact theme, for the lack of a better word. And it's all obviously about first contact, making first contact with something. So I'm definitely intrigued by the writing and the way he sets the scenes in this book. I definitely have to look at some of the others too. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking on Goodreads.
Just so curious to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it has a 4.4 rating.
And it's not just little. I mean, there are quite a few reviews too. It's like 600 reviews for this one already, but all of his other books, some of them have like 3,000 ratings already on Amazon. So it's definitely not a small one. And he's from New Zealand. What? Peter is a New Zealand Australian science fiction writer. Okay, what now? New Zealand or Australian? He wants to make hard sci-fi enjoyable. Well, so far it's working.
So
that's what we are trying to figure out, Jake. What the heck are we reading? That's exactly what we're trying to figure out. So, Jake, this is a book for you. You should check out Clown's First Contact. I think you are one of those people who would enjoy it. Just be warned, chapter 2 is very adult. So I don't know if you like stuff like that, but chapter 1, I actually enjoyed chapter 1, like the ending with her descriptions of how she
Yeah.
is shooting these people and how she's thinking through, okay, what type of ammo will he have? How full will this gun be? I mean, it fits her job at the end of the day. But I thought it was super interesting. And I had the same thought, like, you must have done, either you must know guns very well, or you must have done heck of a research to figure this
Right.
out if this is real. I mean, he could completely have made it up, and it's none of this is actually true. I'm no gun expert.
I went to, maybe he has friends in all these different industries.
Interesting. That's an interesting friend circle then.
Right. But like all of his books have at least 4 stars.
Yeah. I mean, his writing is great. Like whatever
Yeah.
the story ends up being, the way he writes it and the way he sets the scenes and explains the characters and their thought process is great. I mean, I can see that his ratings are really good.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just got a different take on what, like, the series summary says it's a series of standalone novels that explore the concept of humanity's first contact with extraterrestrial life. Like Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone, the series is based on a common theme rather than common characters.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting concept too, that you say like, okay, we have the theme of first contact. Let's explore that through 20 different angles. I mean, there are 20 books in that series.
Yeah.
Let's explore this through 20 different angles and how they might react. I think that's really interesting.
It's
One
really
of the covers has a
interesting.
dinosaur in front of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something very interesting to review and look at. And
he had another one published in 2022 as well. Let me see. It was just in Goodreads. It's called Generation of Vipers.
Oh yeah, I'll see it here. That already also has 1,000 reviews. Jesus.
And on Goodreads, it has a 4.47 rating. Wow. Oh, it's a sequel. This one is a sequel.
Oh, to which one? Because it says it's also part of that First Contact series.
It says it's a sequel to Wherever Seeds May Fall.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Oh, interesting. So within that series, he does have sequels. It's not 20. It's not true 20 standalones. Gotcha.
Right.
He definitely has a good cover artist. If you look at the 20 books, a lot of them are really pretty covers.
I love the one Starship Mine. That one's really cool too.
The Xenophobia one is good.
Wow.
Is good too. Yeah. Alrighty. Interesting. See, this is why I wanted to join this thing.
Yeah.
This Facebook thing.
No, thanks
because
for
you
inviting.
find some really interesting things. I would have never picked up this book. I would have seen
God, no.
I would be like,
based
nope.
Based on the cover alone? No. God, no.
Yeah. But it's a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a problem if we keep finding all these. I don't know how many you guys have read, but I'm 2 for 2 now.
I'm at 7 now.
I gotta do some of this the rest of the month.
Yep. What other common scenes would you like 20 books exploring? I don't know if it always has to be 20 books. But I don't know. I mean, you could, every societal discussion, right? You could start looking at it from different angles. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what sci-fi is doing anyway, especially dystopian stuff.
Yeah.
Where you're looking at a situation and then come at it from different angles. I'm blanking right now. It's too early in the morning, but I'm sure that's not the answer. I know, Magpie. But I mean,
yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure you could, like, if I would sit down a little bit and think about it, and I know that gets very philosophical now, but they're probably religion in various ways, right? Like thinking about getting rid of religion versus not, or I don't know, if you would want to move people to another planet. So not first contact, but
Dying Earth.
on other planets and how that would work.
Yeah.
Um,
Solar punk. An investigation of futurist. Wow.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Environmental stuff, absolutely. Yeah. Like, what would it mean if we do only renewable energies? There's so many directions in which it can go, and thinking through that. Yeah. That's why I love sci-fi again in general. That you can, that people think through what if. At the end of the day, that's what sci-fi really is to me, at least. Obviously there are variations and nuances, and sometimes it's just entertainment, but that thinking through, okay, you have this situation, what could it look like in the future? Yeah.
Time travel for me is like that.
Yeah, time travel, multiverse scenarios.
Yeah,
there's so much good stuff. There was a book, it was not a self-pub, but Space Between Worlds is an interesting multiverse one. I didn't like the story too much, but from a multiverse perspective, it was pretty interesting.
I have that one on my shelf. It's pretty short too.
Yeah, it's a quick read. Yeah. Oh, I'm a little. This book really got me right now.
Like, you want to keep reading?
But generally, because of the writing, and I really want to know what's happening.
I kind of want to finish the second chapter and then pause.
Well, I have 7 minutes left in the second chapter. Do we just finish that real quick?
Let me see what I have. Yeah. It says I have 5 minutes left, so.
Okay, then let's do 5 quick minutes. Wait, this would be. I'm reading fast then. Oops, sorry, I meant to edit this. Why can I not edit this? Hello, here. Till 20. And then we'll pick it up.
I can't stop yawning.
It's 9 a.m. That's okay. Yawn away.
It's 9 a.m. on a Sunday.
Especially then. All right, let's give a quick minute to finish this up, and then we'll pick another book. You finished chapter 2?
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Sharon said she is back in a minute.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. This is interesting. I want to know where this is going.
Yeah. And it looks like chapter 3 follows back up with Breezy. So it seems like the two of them are the two main characters.
Alrighty. Nice. I'm always excited when we have women as the main characters, especially in something like sci-fi. So
Yes.
we'll see where this is going. Murdered in the next chapter. No, I don't know. Hey, Sharon.
Hey, I just had a bio break.
All good. All good.
Yeah. Like, did we just like sign up to 20 more books? Right?
Do we want to read another book?
Sure.
Awesome.
I mean, I read enough to know that I would like to continue with this one.
Me too.
Yep, same here. Same here.
Try get the wheel back up.
We don't have our sound effects anymore. All right, let me share this. There we go.
Okay.
Let's see.
Make it a good one.
Oh, what is that?
Mathematics of Eternity.
Oh, that sounds like a hard sci-fi. All right.
Oof. Yeah, that's one of the ones that you wanted to read, right? Teeny, you were interested in?
It looks interesting. I mean, I don't mind hard sci-fi in general.
I don't think I've ever read hard sci-fi.
We'll see. It has a little bit. Oh yeah, that's that cover. Now that I'm seeing it in big, it reminds me a little bit of what's that movie with Multipass? Milo Multipass. What's that? What's that movie? Fifth Element.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, that cover reminds me a little bit of that.
I gotta get to. What's this one called? Mathematics
of Eternity by Joe Bellin. No, sorry, never mind. That's what the series is called. By David M. Kelly. A grisly death, a disturbed scientist, and a dangerous conspiracy. Yeah, that sounds like Fifth Element.
Okay, so this one's not on Kindle Unlimited, is that right?
That's what it looks like, yep.
Okay. And it's the first book in a series. Awesome.
All right, let's see. Where do we have that one?
Did Josephina freeze?
I think so. But
I'm here.
Okay. You're not frozen anymore.
Okay, sorry.
Oh boy. All right. A sci-fi noir action.
Okay. And it's shorter one. It's 328 pages. Oh, here we go. The Joe Bellin series is a near-future sci-fi noir thriller series featuring a smart-mouthed space engineer, engaging characters, cynical humor, and plausible science. Well, that sounds like something I will enjoy. We have 4 books out in the series already, it looks like.
Okay, come on.
Alrighty, how long do we want to read?
20 minutes?
That would be 45. Yep. Alrighty. Alright, on to the next one. Mathematics. Oh, there's a type. Is there a typo in the title, or am I just... No, not in the title, but in my Kindle, there's a typo. Oh,
Whoa.
Hello!
Totally got. I got.
Okay, dear author, yeah, on your first page where you have your name and title, at least on my Kindle version, your title is misspelled. Just FYI. You might want to fix that.
Yes, on this one too it is.
All right, reading. Let's see.
All right, hold on. I'm having issues getting it.
Did you get it from the Dropbox?
No, I did. I'm fine.
Okay, good.
I had to delete clowns as a search item in my Kindle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that might help.
I have another friend.
Hello, Poppy.
Oh no.
Oh,
Hold
one
on.
more.
I gotta go. I gotta get them out of here because we have ant traps in here.
Yeah. Okay. Where are we in the book?
Just finished chapter 2.
I have 1 minute left of chapter 2.
Well, then finish that out, Sharon.
What?
She got to that scene. Got it.
A tooth? Okay, so Josephina, you have like ESP or something, because this whole first section is the beginning of The Fifth Element.
Right?
I'm like, wait a second, that's Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
He's a cab driver. And he picks up a really bizarre, whatever, fare.
Exactly. Just with the difference, the fare is not crushing into his cab, but next to it.
Yes. And so now what's going to happen next is some secret dark agency is going to show up at his house.
Yeah. And picking up the tooth that he pulled out of his dead shoulder. Ugh.
Oh.
I mean, it's... Can we read some crap so that we can knock some stuff off the list?
Oh,
I
man.
like this one.
It is definitely interesting. Hey, Amanda. No,
Hi,
officially.
Amanda.
Hi. She's on her way home. And then I saw Elena finish chapter 21. Did you finish chapter 21 of Monstrous, Elena?
Wait. Hold on. Who?
Oh, yeah, that is a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about Monstrous. Okay.
Yeah. And Magpie definitely needs to read that series. I think Monstrous is a graphic novel, right? It's not a book. It's
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't read many graphic novels. I read some.
I absolutely love
Okay.
Lock and Key.
Sandra Brown Scene Writer. I've never heard of that book. I need to look really quick. Sandra Brown Scene Writer.
Hi, Anita.
I totally missed it. Uh-oh. Sorry, Anita. Hi. Oh, and Allegra used to sprint to edit a chapter. I know working on a chapter that's entirely made of rhyming dialogue. It's nonsense. Great. Which chapter are you on? Is it the book you're currently I'm blanking on the name right now. Book 4 and The Last Gift. Is that what you're working on, Allegra? All right.
Oh, we haven't read her book yet, huh?
No, we haven't. It didn't come up yet in the
Wheel Spin.
The Wheel Spin.
I did get the first one that you, in the fantasy romance series that you told me about, and I can't remember the name of the book.
The Where Shadows Lie?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love the series.
Yes.
Sharon. So here, Anita wants to know where you've been.
I know. I've been working. I have a new job. Same company, but new job.
Lots to do, probably.
Lots to do. Moving kids into college.
Life. I'm telling you.
I know.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, that comes out in October, right? A Bond of Thread is book 1 in that series, and I think I saw that you said book 2 is coming out end of October.
Is that another fantasy romance?
It's Allegra, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think A Bond of Thread is also a fantasy romance. It's placed in the same universe, but it's a different characters, different story, different side of that bigger universe. And A Bond of Thread is book 1. Yep, October 20th. Yep. And I think there are also fairies in there. I think. Hope you're enjoying your work, Sharon.
Work.
Pays the bills.
Yep.
Oh. All right. So Mathematics of Eternity. Interesting. I'm definitely also intrigued to see what happened with that guy, and why is their tooth stuck in the shoulder, and why is it so much like Fifth Element? Are we getting Fifth Element in book form? I mean, I would be fine with that. It's a great story. I love that movie as
I know, I do too. What's her name? Mina? Who's the woman that's in there?
Lilu?
Yeah, Lilu.
Yeah.
Mina Zork something.
Oh, in the book, you mean? Oh, I don't know.
No, in the movie.
I just remember Lilu Multipass. That's all in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fairy. So I remembered that right. Okay, floating trash heap inside a scary void. Alrighty, yeah.
Wow.
First NaCl, then bond of threat. Nothing much happened in the book. I feel like. I mean, it was a very interesting opening chapter. It gave us some thoughts about the main character and who he is and the world about it. I thought it was interesting, the concept of, I forgot what they called it, but that you can flag someone for being socially not really great, and then it shows up on their civic record.
Right.
Like, hey, you're a douchebag.
You're a bad driver. Yes.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, the first chapter was a little slow.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. Like, what the heck am I reading? Like, what are all these words? But I feel like after that point, he kind of was introducing things a little bit more slowly and, like, was able to figure out some of these, like, world building things.
Yeah, and then the second chapter, and then the end of the second chapter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm interested in continuing reading. Are you guys? Or you want to pick something else?
I'm fine either way. I mean, it didn't grip me as much as the Clowns book did. I mean, I still want to know what's going on. I will still continue it eventually, but I would be fine with checking out a third book. I don't need to read this right this second.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay, that means I need to share. Okay.
Spin the wheel.
Which one is this?
Lunar Football League.
I've read that already, so I'll pick up Stephen King then while you guys read that if you want to continue with that.
No, we can spin something that you haven't read.
Yeah. I'm fine. I mean, I don't mind. I can talk with you about it afterwards. I'm totally up for that. You need to read it either way.
True.
I'm sorry. Like, this is not one I'm excited for. I'm not lying. Sports? I'm not gonna lie.
Well, but then you've read it. If you do it now, then you're done. You don't have to put it off. Unless you want to continue reading it, maybe you like it. You know, maybe it might surprise you like the Clowns book did. See, and Amanda also sees perfect for a Sunday. Watch NFL while reading Lunar Football League.
Oh man, it only has 3 stars on Amazon.
Well, then read it now. Then you know.
Okay. Wait, what's a sports writer goes to the moon to explore the strategies? Oh, good Lord. Okay.
Okay, hang on. I'll put the book into the link. It has just 1 rating on Amazon. I mean, it's hard to
does.
Something about it when it has just 1.
All right, you're right. To be fair, yes, you're absolutely right. I didn't even see that.
No, that's listen, we can all have opinions about books. It's a short book. It's 200.
On Goodreads, it has 2 ratings.
It has 233 ratings, so you don't even need to read as much to, say if you want to continue or not. But then you're done with it, Sharon.
Okay.
Then you can say, "Oh, yeah, good," and maybe you like it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Listen, that's what this is about. I'll let you read it. I'll read a little bit.
Okay.
further.
So how long are we reading this for? 15? 10? 5?
Sharon.
Okay.
15?
Okay, fine.
Have fun.
Watch me really like it. Watch me really like it.
are you doing with the book?
Not for me.
Agreed.
I finished chapter 1.
And then you gave up? I think it's I mean, the writing is good. I think it's interesting because it's written like a sports report, right? It's more like a
Right.
documentary, not like a story. And I think it's an interesting aspect, and I think his writing is great and all that stuff. I just don't think it would go any further, even if I would say yes, because it's a very niche type of book.
Yeah. That's why I
Yeah.
said it's not for me.
Yeah.
Great idea, and like you said, it does. As I'm sitting here and listening to the football games in the next room, I'm reading and listening to the same thing in space, right?
Yeah.
And that's just not something that appeals to me as a reader. And you're right. I don't think it would go very far.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
I don't like regular football, so even football in space is not for me.
Yeah. It is a very specific book. I think it's written great, and it's a really neat idea, especially because he thinks through like, oh, you have a different type of gravity, so all the players need to
Right.
rethink their stuff. I really like that he thought through those type of things
Yeah.
and made that a thing as part of the story. But it's just you have to be a football fan in order to appreciate it more, I think.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And
But
as
the
a
writing's
football
good.
fan who will only watch like, oh, you got to see this play because this one play was really good.
Yeah.
Versus wanting to deal with it. Now my husband and son are out there completely multiple PCs doing their fantasy football, watching.
They might actually like the book then. You might want to give it to them. They might enjoy that.
They might, if they read.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that. Awesome. Elena has 15 more chapters left in her Sandra Brown book, right? Yeah, I think it was Sandra Brown. Yeah. I mean, I read... Go ahead.
What are you guys thinking about Mathematics of Eternity? Are you thinking that that's one that you'd want to go through?
I think I'd have to read a little bit more of it before.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I am too.
Because I think I got... How far did I get? I only got 5% on that one, so...
Yeah, I definitely will sit later and read a bit more about it.
Oh, yeah. I got 5% too.
Yeah. Because...
But I think Clowns for me is a definite... is a thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah, Magpie, I encourage them to go into the Team 8, Dragons in Space's Team 8 Dropbox thing and grab that. I think it's a good book. It's just niche. It's very niche. I think that's in my head how this works. So that's the reason why I gave it a no to. Again, that's where this is getting difficult, and that's where I was like, oh, let's see how this is going to work out, because they're just things where you have to separate your liking from what might appeal to others, and if it's like more objectively good. I'm a very mood-driven, subjective reader.
But I think you're absolutely right. Like, you pegged it, that this is not something that's going to appeal to the masses, right? You it's a very like targeted audience.
Yeah, and it's mainly because I think if it would be written like a story with world building,
a narrative,
and whatnot, it would be very different. But it's written like a documentary / sport, like a game would be told, right? And which I find fascinating, by the way. I don't think it's easy to pull off. So I give him credit. Him credit for that. It's just it's really hard sometimes to separate preferences.
Yeah, I literally feel like I'm watching a football game.
Yeah, exactly.
With sportscasters.
Yeah, it's short. Like, I might at one point, because I like football as a game, I like the strategy of football. and I like watching, how people position their players and what they're doing, and then I like halftime show. But I need to be in the mood even to watch a game. So to read a book about that, I definitely have to be in the mood for that. So yeah.
And for me, it's probably more about like eating while watching a football game.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you eating chicken wings while you read the book, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it even says in the description, because I rarely read descriptions before I read the books, these stories and more with detailed recaps of every Dragons game told from a perspective never before seen in sports journalism. Yeah, it is meant to be, like, that was his purpose really for this book. It was meant to be a documentary journalism type story.
And he accomplished that.
And yeah. Even the way he wrote the dialogues, I thought, like, yeah, that's like you're just showing a short scene and then you're having the narrator explaining things again. I mean, from that perspective, it's really well done.
I thought it was interesting also that he mentioned pronunciations, like, within the text. Like, in, like, parentheses, he had some of the pronunciations for, like, names or different things, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that would make this book so much easier. If I could watch this as a documentary, it feels weird to read a documentary. I think that's what it is. You're absolutely right. If you could watch that, like a 1 hour documentary about the Lunar Football League, because it's 200 pages. So yeah, that would be an hour or something.
Right.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Maybe that's what he needs to do. He needs to sell the film rights for this and make that into a movie type thing.
Right.
That actually would be really interesting. I would watch that. Because it's so out there. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, but I don't know how far I read. I would have to look it up. Where did I read on this one? Oh, I didn't write it down. Smart. Hang on. I read more. I remember one. Doesn't show. Too many things that I can read on. And Kindle always takes forever. Oh, it just says read. Great. It doesn't tell me how much percentage I read. It was more than 5. Anyway. Alrighty, folks. It's been 2.5 hours. I need to get my day started.
Sounds good.
We're doing another one, right?
Of course. What's that?
Time out for, not today, obviously, but for another read-through. We want it to be done.
Yeah, I think this is great.
Yeah. It helps with moving things along and actually reading some books.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I think we said, if I remember correctly, we said we wanted to be done with the 10 to 20% by end of October. And then once everybody put in their rating, we can then see which ones we actually continue. I think it's top 7. That we continue.
How long do we have to read those 7?
The 7 then till end of January. Yeah, so it would be November, December, January. Yeah, so 2 to 3 books per month. Yeah, that should be doable. I think that's fine. Plus, we've read 10 to 20% of those already, so it's nothing.
That's true.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thanks you two for joining, and thanks Ursi if you ever watch later. And Amanda, I hope you had a good safe drive home. We'll set up some more reading sprints and do some more reading of our slash pile for SPSFC2 or SPSFC 2022, however you want to say that.
Yeah, and Pine, I don't know why I can't open the spreadsheet.
Yeah, we'll figure that out in a second, and then
Okay.
yeah, no, absolutely. We'll walk through that. I don't think the rest of the world needs to see that though.
No, absolutely not. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, no, we stay on. All right, thanks everybody for joining. Magpie, Elena, Amanda. I hope you all had a good time, and thanks Anita and Jake and everybody who joined during the read along. And I hope you had some good reading time too. And then we'll see you soon with another video and another live and another reading sprint. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.